What's happening, bitches? You guys my bitches now. Why? I'll tell you why in just a second. Scott Grove here of GroovyMusicLessons.com. Okay, here for hour number and episode 15 on Ask Scott Groove Anything. Wow. Okay, y'all's my bitches because I went ahead and chose y'all over Lizard Lick Towing. That's right, the new episode's on right fucking now and I'm missing it. I'll catch up on it sometime, I guess. Oh, good thing it wasn't Hardcore Pawn. Yeah, I'm addicted to True TV and every show on there. I hate that fucking Byron guy that goes around as the summons server, you know, on the old shows, but glad he's gone. But yeah, I'm a True TV fanatic with all that stupid shit. And then can't remember what I get Wednesday. I might get J-Lo's what's their towing show? All the towing shows. Something repo. What is her J-Lo's repo show? I can't remember. The one with all the beaners on her. And I'm allowed to say beaner because my wife's half beaner and half Spanish. See, so therefore by proxy I'm allowed to say beaner. South Beach Tow. That's the one on Wednesday, and then Thursday I got my 4 dudes with the Impractical Jokers. And then Friday sucks on there because it's nothing but Wipeout. All fucking day and all night. I don't know what the hell people see in that goddamn show, but I like my repo shows. Good old white trash. Man, that's one thing back in Indiana we got plenty of, man, junkyards. I miss junkyards. There's no such thing as a junkyard out here. Number one, cars do not rust where it doesn't rain and where it doesn't snow and there's no salt, and so people come out here to find all the good cars. So there are no, I mean, the cars just do not rust out here. So yeah, me and Dad's best times always hanging out the damn old junkyards trying to find parts for all the street rods, and man, so yeah, I get off on watching all these car shows and tow shows and all kinds of weird little shit. So anybody gives a fuck, I'm addicted to True TV. Okay, let's continue with hour 15. That's right, I showed you that with this and one over here and another one right there. Okay, I don't even know where I'm at, of course. Yeah, another lower tab, so I answered the Sweden song. Okay, so now we're up to Josh HP Music. I guess it's Hewlett Packard. Okay, Scott, I'm 15 years old and becoming a songwriter. Cool. I constantly write down bits of lyrics and chord progressions, but I never seem to be able to bring myself to put it all together. Any advice? Sure. Okay, the hardest part. And I've got the same thing as Josh, right? Yeah, I got the same thing as you as Josh. I've got, you know, a couple thousand unfinished songs. I've got tons of choruses out there just on pieces of paper, and I mean racks of file cabinets, and good hook lines, choruses, verses. Some fit together, some don't. Yeah, your main thing, I don't know what kind of music you play though, but regardless, it comes down to one thing. People only remember 2 parts of a song. They remember, and if this is for commercial success that you're looking for, which who isn't? They remember the hook, meaning do 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 do. Can't touch this, or whatever the other song was. It was exactly like it. Anyway, but I mean, there's the hook, whatever it is that they're going to remember. The simpler the line, the hook, you know, the people knows what it is. Just like with the old, what was it? Oh, the one that got ripped off. I've got a point here, as you can see. If I comb my hair right, it doesn't show it. I'm not going to put it into an amp, but most people think that's Ice Ice Baby. No, it's Under Pressure by Queen. And then they did a version with David Bowie and so forth. But same song, got sued for it, blah blah blah. And then Ice is a dick, and he wanted to be a hardcore gangsta, so he went and did the heavy metal shit and blah blah blah. Anyway, so, but even something that simple will be timeless because it's been out for 35 years under the under pressure thing. So you need that. So it's not just the lyrics, which you know, and the chorus has to be strong as all shit. And so those are your two main things. Everything else can be weak. You don't want it to be, but it can be. So get a good chorus first. I know it comes to you in different ways all the time. You think of great verses, but never consider a song done if you wrote it with good verses first and then you got a shitty chorus just to get it through. Don't leave a song that way. Leave it unfinished before you call it finished with a shitty chorus and no hook. Okay, so that's my main advice for you. And I know you already know this. It's like, how do I put it all together? Man, you got to just go for your strongest. Go for your strongest 20 songs, because if you're lucky, 12 will hit an album of those 20 out of 30, out of 40. But take your 20 strongest choruses and then put your 20 strongest hook lines with them, whether they were meant for that song or not. But that's the way this is the way we do it. Everybody, goes back to their files and grabs a chorus and then writes something around it at the last minute just to fill an album, and all of a sudden it becomes the greatest song on there. It's like this. I hate the whole Slash thing with the do 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 on Paradise City. That was done as a joke, for him to say, you know the story probably, but he said it sounded like fucking carnival music, and he did it as a joke, and the producer said, yeah, I'll do that, and he couldn't believe they were fucking serious, and now it's his signature lick for the rest of his life. It's like Billy Ray Cyrus with Achy Breaky Heart. He does never want to sing it again, but he has to for the rest of his fucking life, and it sucks. And it's going to be the same thing with you. You're going to have to come up with something that is going to eat people's fucking brains, and that's going to be the hook. No matter whether it sounds like a carnival, or whether it sounds like razor blades to the face, whatever your thing is, but it has to be a simple melody line that is going to hit. It could be two notes. Do, 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 do. Those are only two notes, no matter how many times they hit them. Just a D and a G. Or a D and an A. Which was it? D and A. Whichever. But that's it, man. Use your strongest hooks with your strongest choruses, and then write around those. See if you have anything that will fit with something, and change a few words to make it fit. Because if you have choruses that don't actually go with a good verses that don't go with a great chorus, make them go with a great chorus just to finish it up. Because spare verses can be rewritten to go around a monster chorus, because people don't sing. They're always Moni, 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 Moni. They don't know the fucking words until Moni, and nobody knows what the fuck a Moni is. So just do that, man. Strong chorus, verses to get you through. Rewrite whatever verses you have, change the words just so it'll fit that chorus and make some sense, and use your strongest hooks that you have. And that's how hit songs are done, man. The dumber they may seem to you, that's the one that's probably going to fucking hit. The one that sounds most bubblegum, and even though it's metal or whatever you're doing, is going to be the one that's going to hit. Because you're going to be stuck with your least favorite of all of them. So do a bunch of ones that are that you can't stand, that they're going to be fucking strong, and you're going to be a hit, dude. Or your song will, regardless how you want to do it. You said your songwriting. So that's how you make a strong song. Without those two strong elements, you don't have a chance. So go around that, and the rest can be fixed. They might rewrite the verses in the studio, and you'll get partial writing credit. Okay, so write that strong chorus so you get the credit for the actual song title too. And expect to get screwed out of some of your royalties for such things, because things will be rewritten. But if you have a strong chorus and you have a strong hook, those will not be rewritten, and your percentage of songwriting royalties will be stronger. So the stronger those two parts, and those are the most two important parts, those parts won't need to be written, and you can write your own ticket, so to speak. Okay, Max Bornstein. Okay. Right off the bat, of course, I think, well, this, I don't know what to think. I'll just say it. Why, I'll just read it, I mean, instead of saying what I'm thinking. Why don't you think much of Silvertone guitars? Are you fucking serious? Because they're Silvertone. It's not because of the name. Number one, they were from Sears, and they are made as shit, and they are shit. They really are. There's not a good Silvertone out there, no matter how many people own the world's best Silvertone guitar ever made. But their newer guitars, like the ones that they did for Paul Stanley, or actually for you, Silvertone actually did not make the guitars that Paul Stanley played on stage. They were made by a ghost company, which is like Cort or like Samick and so forth, who makes all the guitars in the world and puts fake names on them. Or even Ed Roman built basses for Gene Simmons, and they just said Gene Simmons on them. They didn't have a brand name on them, but it was Ed Roman who was building them. So in case you guys want to know where like certain little instruments came from, I didn't tell you nothing, but there are ghost builders out there who make these things. So the Silvertone guitars that are out now for $79, those are much better than the vintage Silvertones from back when that are worth a bunch of money now. Because those back then, I wouldn't give $3 for at a garage sale, still to this day, let alone back then, because they suck. But the ones out now, are they made by Silvertone? No. Again, they're made by Samick. Everything is. Why don't I think much of them? Look at my guitars around here. Play one next to it. That's why I don't think much of them. They are better guitars now than they were. That's because they're not built by Silvertone. They're built by Samick. And therefore they're made better. And they're as good as anything out there. They're better than the agile piece of shit guitars from Rondo Music and all that stuff. So you can get $69 Silvertone and it will be 300 times better quality than the Rondo series of guitars other than the SX, which are fine. But okay, so that's why I don't think much of them, because they're not much, and they are just a Samick thing with a Silvertone decal on them. But they are better guitars, because even the shittiest guitars being put out today are better than the most playable guitars of yesteryear for the most part. Okay, and what is the deal with your health? I'm fucked up, dude. 2 strokes. That's what's the deal with my health, and I've told that in 7 to 10 years with the medication I was on that they would fuck up my liver and eat a hole through the wall of my liver. It has done so now, so I'm fucked unless I want a liver transplant, and I don't. I would rather die because I'm tired of being here, to tell you the truth, and so I'm going to die. Okay, that's what's the deal with my health. Liver transplant, I don't want it. I want to croak. I just don't want to be here anymore. I'm done. Okay, so that's what's the deal with my health. They said they could change some prescriptions, and especially on the lower tab end, and it could save that, but they never did, because I live in a podunk town that don't give a fuck about anybody, and they wouldn't change them for anything in the world. They told me they would, and no matter how much bitching and complaining I would do, say, change the fuckers. Now I'm stuck permanently fucked up, so I'm gonna bleed out, and that'll be that. So that's what's up with my health. And there it is. Okay, next. I love it. Poon Slayer 17. For people who don't know what poon is, it's a coochie, poontane, pussy, snatch, quim, I don't want to say quaff, a quim quaff, a snaggle snacker. These are lesbian terms, a quim quaffer, a snaggle snacker, a leg licker. Okay, Poon Slayer 17. Okay, so he gets a lot of pussy. Okay, then he says, what's your opinion on Queen? You gotta know how funny that is, okay, don't you? Okay. Queen, they were a band with a homo at the helm. I don't know if all the rest were homos or not, because I don't care enough about them to know about. I don't care enough about any musicians to know a lot about them. And also, what do you think of Brian May as a lead guitarist? I think he's a guy who has a red guitar that him and his dad built in his garage, and that's all I know about him. And he's still alive. That's all I know. And I love the solo on the whole We Will Rock You thing. And I don't know if there are any... I know the We Will Rock You When We Are the Champions and the Bicycle song. And I know the... whatever the fuck that is, Bohemian Rhapsody, just because of Wayne's World. And... a cola. And that's about it as far as I know. So I don't know anything about Queen, really. as much as I know about any band, so because I don't care. I really never have, never will. And and you mentioned you're a biology major, so what is your opinion of Richard Dawkins? Good old Dick. Again, same as Brian May. I know what I know, he knows what he knows, and I don't give a fuck what he knows because it doesn't matter to me. So I look at everybody the same way. I don't like people in general, and I don't believe in most of their opinions, and he has more opinions than he does facts. I have more facts than I do opinions. Well, I have plenty of opinions, but that's what I'll say. He's an opinionist, and I'm a fact laying out person, and I'll give you all the opinions I want, but I think as much of him as I do Brian May or Donald Trump or whatever. Nobody else knows what I'm fucking talking about, but his opinions are his, mine are mine, and mine are not the same as Richard's. Okay, Zombie Jambo. I guess that's what it is. Do you use all Elixir instrument strings, electric, acoustic, bass, etc.? Yeah, 100%. And nothing but on everything except for nothing. Oh, except for ukulele. Sorry. Aquila strings on the ukuleles, but like you care. But that's my favorite instrument now to play. My favorite instrument is a saxophone, which I, again, refuse to play because it would take the magic out of how it's done. I don't want to know how it's played. I'm analyzing music if I ever listen to it, and then I know how it's played by doing it, and I can't enjoy it because I'm picking it apart and listening to it and thinking how that goes. And that's not enjoying music when you know how it's played. To me, it's like you can listen to a song and you know it's how it's played just by listening to it, and you know, everybody gets that way at some point, you know, hopefully. But a sax, I don't get how any of the stuff works. I hear the notes and I know what the notes are, but I don't know how to obtain the notes. What was your question? Elixir strings. Yeah, everything. They make strings for everything. I wish they would go back to polywebs for bass guitar because they are cutting their fucking throats by not using them. And I've had everybody here on YouTube asking them to do it, and they still won't fucking go back to it. But I've got a couple cases here, and I'm set for the rest of my year worth of life or whatever. However it plays out. If it's a year, if it's 10 years, it will just, I will bleed out or commit suicide, one or the two, and that'll be that. Okay, next. And on a nice note there. Okay, so that's page. Okay, where we at actually? We're on page of what I printed out. So I started off with 44 pages, and I know they've asked another 150 questions since, but I'm on page 13 of 44 now. Samuel Pierce, why did you pick up the guitar? How long have you been playing? I picked up the guitar because my mom made me. She got a little acoustic for my sister and I and stuck us in Mary Had a Little Lamb class for 3 years each. And my sister didn't like the guitar, so she went to the piano, and she sucked at that too, so she quit that, you know, all within a 6-month time period from both. I stayed with the guitar just because, and learned to read the stupid music and play the dumb fucking lessons, and the worst money Mom could have ever spent. I never learned a fucking thing. I mean, I read the notes, I did what I was supposed to do, and that's why I don't teach like that, because I know it's a waste of money, it's a waste of time. You don't want to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, you don't want to play Little Green Apples, you don't want to play the Indian song, you don't want to spend 9 months working on something, then your next 5 lessons repeating the stuff and saying, okay, let's go back over it and see, review, that's the word, review everything we've learned. Okay, now you need to buy a new guitar because, you know, you're here at the music store and you've advanced enough that it's time for a new guitar. And buy a new music book too. Fuck all that. Okay, so I know you didn't ask me this, but there it is. So I picked up the guitar because Mom made me. And then got in 7th grade and then found out there was a guy that played drums at school. I didn't know how music worked. Dad had, well, I got my electric guitars, and they didn't make that in my Silvertone amp, so I got the 58 Les Paul, the 61 Les Paul SG shape, and the 64 Epiphone, a real Epiphone, Coronet, and all these were cheap guitars at the time, and then the old Silvertone Twin 12 tube head and matching 212 cabinet, and they didn't do anything. They didn't sound like rock and roll, but I didn't know what rock and roll was until Dad, that Christmas, got me the Originals album by Kiss. That's the first 3 albums repackaged. And my stepbrother, rest his soul, the double live, or live 2, I'm sorry, album, and all of a sudden I heard guitars with distortion and feedback, and saw Flames, and saw the Ibanez PS10s, and fell in love, and then I realized, I went to the music store and asked, what makes the Kiss sound? You know what I meant. So I got my little Big Muff electro harmonics, so it was a fuzz pedal, but it was distortion, so I could afford it, so I got it, and all of a sudden I had the Kiss sound, but I didn't know how to play anything other than Mary Had a Little Lamb, but with distortion on. So I found a drummer in high school, which is a very small school. Put it this way, our high school reunion's coming up here in September. My 30-year reunion, but they're holding 5 years worth of high school reunions all at the same time, because it's barely going to fill a small banquet room of 100 people. And that guy told me to come over to his house. He showed me how to play a bar chord. From that day on, and about a week later, I was in a band, and I was playing 6 nights a week after I was shown how to play a bar chord, and then how to play country music, and how to play real chords. And right that quick, I was in the band and having a blast. So I've been playing since I was 9 years old. I'm nearly 50. But didn't get my first electric guitars until I was, I guess, at the end of when I was 12. So Christmas when I was 12, and then 13 started playing with the band. So anyway, thanks for the questions. But yeah, Elixir before that, and then there's the guitar story. Let's go up here to, again, a type or an ink problem with the printer. Hydro turd. Love it. Hydro turd. So a moist turd. Why Groovy DJs, he asked. It's been answered, but again, if you just look up Groovy Productions on a Google, or just type in Groovy Productions on my page here, it'll show you that I'm a DJ. I have a mobile DJ service, so I do a lot of gigs here in town, all of them actually, because there are casinos, there are banquet rooms, and people get married all the goddamn time. Have parties, have corporate parties from Vegas. They want to get out of Vegas and come to a small town and party where nobody knows them. And I am the DJ. So some things I strictly DJ, some I do half and half where it's DJ stuff, and then the rest of it I'm playing with my backing tracks and singing, or I'll do a dinner set where I'm singing and playing guitar and then go into the disco music with the DJ thing, or I'll do strictly just me by myself, but using my DJ gear, but me singing with all my backing tracks and playing all the guitar stuff to it. So the whole channel started off to be strictly to promote my DJ business, and then I didn't decide to give lessons till after the stroke. So it was already set up, and I was already doing the DJ thing and not playing. Okay, so I didn't, and plus I did not know you could have more than one screen name, otherwise I would have split them up long ago, but I know I still could, but fuck it at this point, and everybody knows me as this. So, part 2, what bridge would you, Babix for everything, what bridge would you recommend putting in a Strat for some good use other than Babix? Oh, come on, come the fuck on. They just look ugly to me. Well, you just fucked yourself. So, Floyd Rose then. That's it. Cut it all up and use a Floyd. If you don't want a Babix, use a Floyd Rose. Honestly, that's it. 2 choices as far as an answer you're getting from me. Okay, because nothing else will hold tune. And you don't want to put another thing in, like the Fenders that suck and won't hold tune, but the Floyd will hold tune. Okay, have you ever tried a graphite neck? Many of them. I love them, and what are your thoughts on it? I love them. And thanks. You're welcome. I think everybody should have a graphite neck and take all their wood necks and burn them. Why have something that sucks? Wood necks suck. Okay, next. Reagan Cowley. How much do you spend on guitars generally? About 80,000 a year is general. This year I've done, I don't know, a couple 100,000 I guess so far this year. But if I live to see more years, I'm generally going to spend still a couple 100,000 a year. But I'm going to have to, because I really am running out of room again. I may have to hang my third rack back up again, but I'm just going to go back down to, I'm going to try to, but God, it's hard to, man. I've just got guitar acquisition syndrome, to try to go back and buy those guitars I said I was going to buy, which are the big boys that I'll never play, which are, you know, 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 and $80,000 a piece or more, or $250,000 if you go get a 59 Les Paul, which is no big deal, but that's a good chunk of change to lay down, but it will be easy for the wife to sell it when I croak. And I keep saying, because I keep everything here for the wife, you know, it's just, and it's tax write-off and all that, for those who know. I have to do reviews on all my guitars in order to be able to write them off for taxes, because they are tools of the trade, and my trade is to give lessons and to inform you. So I do that to inform you, and then I don't use the guitars again. I have no reason for them. I don't like those. I hate vintage guitars. They suck as far as I am concerned. If you love them, great. That's the end of that. Play what you like. Okay, next. I can't pronounce it. Testicles. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of a way to spell testicles, and kind of backfired on them. I write a song. Good. That's what it says. I write a song. Then period. I want it recorded by hired musicians. How do I format song? Okay, it must be from out of the country, which is fine. How do I format song for them to record it? You don't. What do you mean? Oh, tablature? No, they don't want nothing. Nobody, tablature don't exist in the world. They don't want to hear that. I know this. Let me read your whole thing, and then I'll just give you the answer. If so, Guitar Pro type of thing, you don't need nothing for these songs. Once it's recorded, how do I sell the song? I'll tell you that too. I don't want to be in a band, and I don't want to perform. Fine. Yes, the song probably sucks, but what's the right way to go about it? No problem. From creation to product to marketing to getting it to some band or label and maybe hearing it on the radio one day. Very easy, very quick answers. Okay, once you get your song done, all you have to do is, really, honestly, seriously, record it on acoustic guitar and have a lyric sheet. That's it. They don't want any more than that. They don't want any production on it. It's not done that way. It's they want to put it their own way. They're going to make it their own way. They're going to make up their own charts. Your little lines that you use aren't going to be there, blah, blah, blah. You can do as much or as little as you want, but generally they won't let even the studio musicians hear the song. They will just give them their own charts that they make a number system, and they won't tell them anything about it other than here's the song, here's beats per minute, and we're going to put it in whatever key the singer wants it in. So so you don't have to format it in any way, so put it on a CD, send along a, it can be on a data disc, but they'll probably want it on just CD, but just a copy of the lyrics too. No tablature, they don't want none of that shit. How do I sell the song? You have to get a publisher. 100%, you can't do it without a publisher unless you somehow get hit on YouTube, but you have to get a publishing company, which is not easy. You don't want to be in a band, that's fine. You don't want this, blah, blah, blah. How do you get it from creation to product? You simply have to get it to a publisher, and they do the marketing for you. So if it's a strong enough song with you and a guitar, or a friend of yours and a guitar performing it for them, on a CD that you record at home with anything, it doesn't matter what you used to record it with, it doesn't have to be of good quality of any kind. Just the shittiest recording of it in the world will be fine, and the lyrics. And you have to copyright it. You know, I don't know what it is these days, $45, $50 to Washington, D.C., and get your song copywritten, and the papers come back, words and music. So it's just basically the chord changes, which are no big deal because 3,000 other songs out there per day are going to be copywritten with your exact same chord changes. So yeah, there's no such thing as tabs. Forget they exist in your entire life. Nobody gives a fuck about tabs other than teenagers. You might have said you were a teenager, I don't know. No, it doesn't say. So that's it, my man. You have to get a publisher. So get your shittiest version of it with a guitar or a piano or a kazoo and somebody singing, and have the words written down, and make sure it's copywritten first. Get a publisher, which is a bitch. I know publishers. I have good friends that are publishers, and I can't get them heard. But that's the hardest part, is the publishing, because you have to make the money for the songwriting, and they don't want to give up the money, so they want to fuck you. So you have to hire a lawyer to not get fucked. Okay, so that's the way you got to do it, my friend. I'll answer it in more detail if you want to write me. But for right now, I get to go to Clive Davies, one of my best friends on here. I love Clive. He's always so genuine. And thank you, my friend, for asking me about the song things, because a lot of people, it eludes them to how it works. But yeah, it's all about publishing. And again, no fancy slick production at all. The worse it sounds, the better for the most part. Leave out all the lead solos, leave out everything, leave out, because it's not going to be that way when it gets recorded. Clive Davies. Clive, how are you, my friend? Says, forget me asking questions to do with guitars or music, Scott. Thank you, Clive. What was the highlight of your life and why? I'm going to read the whole thing. What was the down part of your life and why? I hope you and your family well. Regards, Clive. Clive always wishes me and my family well. I love that about Clive. He's always wishing everybody the best. And right back at you, my friend, as always. P.S. You will probably block me after this. You crazy fucker. Love you, Clive, man. You're an awesome dude, man. And best to you and all yours. So it's just the highlights and the lowlights of my life and why. God. No kids, so no highlights or lowlights there. Of course, wives have always been highlights and lowlights. Dude, honestly, as trivial as it sounds, it comes back to the whole Kiss thing again. And I know it's dumb, and because I've played with all my favorite country people, but Kiss was my, boner in a box, on the record player. It was what got me going and made me fall in love with music, even if their stuff is considered music or not, was the fact that, it's just discovering them and them putting the drive in me to play music. Though I played country, which is what I dug, it didn't matter. I mean, music is music to me. I don't care what kind of music it is, as long as there's good music and there's bad music. And that's it. There's good rap, there's good anything. There's good, great bluegrass, there's shit bluegrass. Everything is good and bad. But it was Kiss. They were invincible, they were everything, they were mysterious, they were superhuman. And then they came to Greenfield, Indiana, went downstairs at Main Street Music, came into town to record. Again, I told this little story a little bit. There are some demos real quick just while strolling through town, so I got to go downstairs and do a little looking and listening and check that out, and then some other work with them on some slight things here and there, on some monitor mixing and so forth on a couple of things. And but going downstairs and going to the recording thing and watching them do their recording, and all of a sudden there they are without their makeup, and there's my low life. Worse so than kicking the bucket. So all of a sudden, okay, it was kind of like when, my parents hired Santa Claus to come to the house. That was fucking amazing, man. Then we got to run outside to go watch him leave in a sleigh, and he drove off, in the Impala station wagon. We're like, what the fuck? He didn't even eat our carrots. Same kind of moment. It's like, okay, we had our no Santa Claus moment, and then you have Kiss Unmasked. So it was really that trivial, but at the time, yeah, it just lets the air out of your balloon when that is your lifeblood, you know. And not many bands can do that. I mean, who else can unmask and ruin your world? You know, I thought it was you know, of course it. So it was that, simple as that. So I don't have to explain anymore. You get it, Clive. And yeah, it was just like watching Santa Claus get undressed and then put on a suit and tie and drive home. You know, it's just the same experience. You know, it's like I get to go meet Kiss, but then I got to go meet 4 guys. I didn't get to go meet Kiss. I got to meet 4 guys. So, there you go. And all my best to your family, and I can honestly say love you, Clive, and all your family. From Ekvod Moses, M-O-Z-E-S. Let me check my time like I always do. Oh, we're doing good. Are there any tonal differences between covered and open coil humbuckers? If yes, what are they? Good topic for another YouTube video. It is a good topic for another YouTube video, but it's very easily answered here already. There is, depending on what cover you use. So if you use a steel cover, then yes, you have a bigger, because the pole pieces that are underneath that are not being seen are magnetizing the steel cover, and the pole pieces that are being seen through the holes. I know you already know what all this shit is. Let me find a guitar that actually has covered pickups. What the fuck? Do I got them? There's one. Okay. 76. Gibson Explorer. Okay. So, yes, a real 76 for those who don't know me. Everybody wants one of these. And you'll see these on the back just for anybody who wants to have some guitar porn. Everybody likes the one that's, say, limited edition instead of just Explorer for some reason. There's no difference. But they like that sticker instead of the other sticker. Okay, so these are the pickups he's talking about, and then putting the covers on them instead of them being exposed coils like everything else. So when you put the cover on them, you've got, you know, these 6 screws. They're magnetized from underneath because of the magnets laying there, as you know. Same thing here. The other 6 flat top pole pieces under here, and those are magnetized too from the pickups that are underneath the entire thing. From the magnets that are underneath the pickups. So depending on if this is nickel or if it is a steel or if it is chrome covered nickel or what have you. So it is the alloy of the cover you use that will change it. So if it is nickel covered nickel, okay, makes sense? So if it's all nickel, it's not going to change your tone. If it is steel of any kind, or anything that is actually magnetic, put a magnet on it, see if it sticks to the cover, not to the pickup cover while it's on your thing, because it will magnetize right through there. So see if you can use a magnet, and if the cover is magnetic at all, it will change your sound. So if you can pick up a pickup cover with a magnet and pick it up, it will change your sound, and you will pick up all that complete. It's like your pickup will be that big now instead of 6 little poles. So it's actually causing more string drag. Your guitar will be more out of tune, but your tone will totally be different because you're picking up all that fucking area instead of just those 6 little areas in 2 spots. Make sense? If it's nickel, it's not going to do that. It will just pick up through there and make no difference. Okay, so if it's a magnetic material, it's going to make all the difference in the world in your tone. If it's not a magnetic material, no. So it's just that simple. Okay? Hope that helped. I know a lot of people just don't know that, and it is a good idea for a thing, and I will put it in a regular video of little facts like that that are nice, simple things to explain that most people should or do need to know. Okay? And thanks for asking that one, because it's a very valid question. Here's Mike 826. He's got 8 questions, and I'll answer them all. Why not a Gibson SG in your collection? Because I hate him. Everything about him, I hate him. What is your favorite Kiss studio album? Unmasked and The Elder. Yep, I know, I'm weird. Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page, or Eric Clapton. They can all mow my lawn, I don't care. And I really don't care any of them for guitar players. I'm not saying one's better or one's good, or if any of them are good, I just don't listen to them. I don't know if any of them is actually good or not, and I could care less. Number 4, did you ever hear Frank Zappa play guitar? If so, your thoughts? I heard him play when I went to go check out a Steve Vai thing. When Steve Vai was playing with him. Otherwise, I didn't give a fuck. And I still don't give a fuck about either one of them. Number 5, did you see Kiss in concert in the 70s? Yes, I did, with AC/DC. Good show. Better than later on. Even though the production gets better and better, the raw stuff was cooler and cooler. But still, they use all the production that's out now to a higher degree than most people do. Which is good and bad. It takes away from what made them groovy in the first place. Number 6, does your wife look at your guitar collection as works of art? No, she looks at it as totally in the way, and she don't want to bump into anything, because she always... This room here is where my clothes are. They're not in the room with her stuff. So all her clothes are in the master bedroom. All my clothes are right here. And she hates the fact that she even has to come in here at all, let alone but to put away stuff that is just surrounded. All my clothes are in this closet that I own. You've seen the closet. It's just that double mirrored door thing. But all the clothes I own in the world, well, depending on how fat I am, because she's got a whole top huge closet in there, and then all my really fat boy clothes are in that closet, and then my skinny boy clothes are out there in that closet. And right now, at the weight I'm at, those clothes are currently in my closet. We swap them out as I get fatter or skinnier. But yeah, she has to come through here and put them in, but she sees them as expensive things and just wants to get away from them. She don't want anything to do with them at all. She likes to come to see me play only at a place where there's no alcohol and nobody will pick on her at all. And she wants to be someplace where she can be sitting next to me and nobody asks her to dance or none of that shit. Otherwise she will not come to a gig, period. I know you didn't ask all that. Number 7, what do you think of the Carvin? They suck. Custom shop suck. Everything about Carvin sucks. And he's talking about having custom shopping and having one made, and fuck Carvin. Everything I've had of theirs breaks really fast, way but prematurely. They don't finish their work on their guitars. Their fretwork is horrible. Everything they make sucks. Again, anything made in the USA basically these days sucks. It's not like the good old Detroit steel days when things used to be good. Everybody's kicked our ass. We deserve it. But we're a bunch of lazy motherfuckers over here, so that's the way it is. And finally, number 8, any advice for a left-handed guitar player who can't find a guitar worth a damn? There are so many guitars worth a damn. You just ain't looking. You're looking for an excuse, maybe. But yeah, there are great guitars for you. There's as many great ones for you as there are for us, because the majority of right-handed guitars suck. And go get one custom made, but not from a company that you've ever heard of. If you can't find anything you like, go to some of the people who've made my guitars. They'll make you a guitar that would cost you $10,000 anywhere else, and you'll pay $1,200 for it. So go to Lamond or Westwood, or go to David Anderson, and have him make you a guitar. It'll be the way you want it. It'll be left-handed, and it'll be better than any guitar that you can buy anywhere from any custom shop by anybody. Okay, instead of $10,000, it'll be $1,200. Okay, so really have a good luthier build you one if you don't like what's out there. But there are plenty of great left-handed guitars out there. Okay. Sorry for the burp. I know you can't smell it. Are you in smell-o-vision? Okay. I still think they should have smells in movie theaters that show like 3D movies. They should have, something pumped through little spray nozzles like on the sprinkler systems. So somebody farts on the movie, they spray through some fart smell, or spray through the vents. People having sex, they put, some stank in there and blow it through the room, and I don't know, smell-o-vision sounds pretty cool to me. I don't know if anybody knows this, and I'm just going to take up your time because I fucking can. I have a captive audience, or you can forward. But they have long since developed the technology with sound waves at certain volumes, certain pitches that will do certain things to your body. Okay, so they can make your heart explode right fucking now with a sound wave. So if we want to, we don't have to fuck with these goddamn towel heads over there. We could fly over above and plant, or do it from the planes and have sounds emitting from big speakers or horns or whatever, broadcast it through their TVs, and anybody that's watching TV in any country, whatever, we can explode their hearts with a sound wave, whatever. It's easy. You could kill everybody with just sound. But it was called, I believe it was called Q sound, if I'm not mistaken. Don't take me to court for it. But I think it is called Q sound, and it was made until the government got hold of it, but it was made for moviegoers. And just make you feel cold when it was a cold scene. You know, it would drop your body temperature. You know, just sounds that you couldn't hear. But it can make you shit your pants when it wants. It'll just make you lose control of your bowels right then and there. And of course the government got a hold of it, and they're fucking with it. And I live out here by Area 51, so they keep testing it, and they're fucking with everything. But yeah, it's cool stuff. It's old information, but go check it out sometime. It's really cool. The things that sound can do different. It's like da 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 da. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. If you don't know what I'm singing, and if you've never heard of the movie, you're too fucking young. You're a little rough whippersnapper. You fucking get off my lawn, motherfucker. Okay, I don't know. Just went off on a tangent, but Q sound. It can make you do anything. It can make you ejaculate. Bam, like that. So yeah, it can kill motherfuckers dead too. So the government took it and said, fuck it, you're not using it for movies. We're going to use it to kill people. So they're doing it, but we don't know about it. But we do. Well, you know about it now because I know about these things, because I love that kind of shit. It has to do with music and sound and blah blah blah, so I know about it because that's what I do. Okay, let's go up here. This guy's going to be disappointed. Zadarnis. Zadarnis? Z-A-D-A-R-N-I-S. Are you familiar with the Maywan's guitar brand? Yep. What do you think about them? Nothing. Give a shit. They're nothing special to me. What bridge do you recommend for a bass guitar? Babbitt's. Or the original. If you're going to keep it forever and you're going to play the shit of it, put a Babbitt's bridge. Or a good old Badass. Leo Kwan Badass on there. Or something with, let's see if I've got the right bridge. Yeah, I've got one right here on these Kramers. This is what they always used. Leo Kwan shit, so did Gene Simmons. But this is a bass bridge, my friend. And that's as badass as it gets right there. Okay, you'll see that every string has a roller on it. You just use your finger and roll it over to where you want it so you can get your string spacing exactly right. Great big huge mass heavy metal motherfucker. And just roll it on over to where you want it, and you can get your strings as close or far away from each other, directly on top of the pole pieces or not. I haven't even adjusted this. I've only played it for the video, and that's it. And there it hangs until Gene dies and I sell it. But that's a great fucking bridge. Otherwise, Babbitt's full contact bridges are the best thing on the market, bar none, period, whatever. And then there's the, I'm going to buy a Steinberger, the old original one with the trans trim whammy bar on it. Meow, on the bass. Fuck yeah. Why? Because I can. Because they're rare as fucking snot. Getting me a white one. Okay. Hey, I missed one. Wow. I didn't know if he knew he'd be on the 15th video or not, but this was from Will Singer. Did I miss a whole bunch of shit? Yeah, I did. I just missed that one. Sorry, dude. Tell us a story about a particularly nasty groupie. The 15th is fine with me. So I don't know if he knew he would be on the 15th video, which is this one, or if he knew I'd be putting out the answers on the 15th, and I didn't know it would take me 3 fucking weeks to answer all these questions. But okay, Will, finally, here you go. This is up in, again, Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. I accidentally said Alberta the other day, and some dude jumped my shit. Regina's in Saskatchewan! Okay, motherfucker, I know this. I toured up there forever, but I have brain problems, so give me a fucking break. Okay, again, bad houses. Again, you've heard this if you've listened. The stupid chicks, the cunts have, the groupies, they have keys to your houses already because they fuck all the bands. Anyway, one introduced herself as Tuna. Okay? And as you can tell, why? Yeah, you go down there and take a whiff and it smells like a can of Starkist. So her name was Tuna, and she didn't want to go by anything else. She just loved being the band cunt she was, and everybody loved her for it. Okay, but yeah, you stunk pretty bad after that. But anyway, and she would tell you, you know, you'd start to go down there just out of common courtesy, and she'd go, oh, you don't want to eat that pussy, that's a nasty pussy. Said, it ain't ever been washed. And we would find on the back of pictures, we would always look on the back of pictures, because us bands always did this. We'd pull pictures off the walls and read the backs of the pictures, because band people just write shit back there just to be found by other people, because we have nothing to do all day. Just we have shit to do at night. And that's to go play the gig, otherwise you are bored off your ass. Or you wait for the laundry day when people pile in the bus to go do the laundry. Or you have to take a girl back home at 6 o'clock in the morning in the bus. And it's always funny to see people in the neighborhoods walk by and see the whore get dropped off in a tour bus in their neighborhood. Okay, but yeah, she was the skankiest thing around, and her name was Tuna, up there in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. Okay, so yep, she just told me that right off the bat, and people wrote there, you know, you'll meet Tuna, she has a key, but don't go down on it, it's never been washed, was written on there, and it's exactly what she told me, you know, when I was going at it, and it's like, yo, you don't want to go down there, that's some nasty pussy, it ain't never been washed. And it hadn't, but it was better than jacking off. Okay, so sorry to skip you. Okay, here we go. Here you go from, I like these questions. Z-Fly 2009. Do you like paper or plastic bags? Okay, give me plastic. Fuck the ozone, the economy. The, you know the word I'm looking for. The, yeah, that. Yeah, plastic. They got handles, are easier to carry, and throw them away, and if it kills the ozone and the, what is that thing that people give a shit about? The Al Gore gives a fuck about the whole, whatever. So, fuck the earth. I need convenience. So, paper, I ain't got no place to burn it, so plastic, carry them in, and I can carry shit out of them. Okay, so there you go. That's the way I feel about it. X Minor 79. How do you afford all your equipment? Serious question. Serious answer? Answered it already. It's with the other video on how do you make all your money, Scott. So you got that one. The guitar lessons. Next one. Anthony, looks like Coughlin. How do you recommend getting out of the same old boxes of scales? I don't. And shit playing guitar. You're going to be on my shit list already. I feel stuck and need some advice. I like to write my own songs as well as learn songs from the classic bands such as Dio, Black Sabbath. Those are classic. Okay, I guess they are. GNR, that's not classic. Kiss, etc., etc. I also play blues and more scales. I should learn chord progressions, or should I learn more of other people's songs, or both? Please reply. Or please help, I'm sorry. Dude, you're already there. Major pentatonic, minor pentatonic, the blues scale, all basically the same damn thing. And that little box is where you want to be. Find a couple notes outside of there, the blue notes. The people that use the word blue notes use them strangely. It's, you know, usually just a passing note that you definitely don't want to hang on, because it's, you know, it's not your root or your fifth, which are the ones that you want to land on. But we call it, as a joke, You go along, and blue notes are, oh, blew that one, blew that one. Those are blue notes. Okay, but really, you're playing the right shit if you're playing the stuff. Don't worry about the boxes. Play your boxes in different areas. Play your neck, but play the same scales. You're already there. All these people play the same shit. They're all playing what you're already playing, but you have to learn to play them in 300 different places. Okay, so don't worry about getting out of here. You can learn all the new scales you want as you go, but it's nothing about progressions and all that crap, and you're already doing it right. You just have to learn more of the neck, how to get from box A to box B to box C to box C. I know it sounds like you're having an orgy trying to get from box to box, but that's honestly the thing. It's not shit guitar. You have to learn more of the same thing. Okay, you just have to get better at what you're already doing. You have to quit playing with your head and start playing with your dick, is what Gene Simmons always says. Again, I use him because he's actually a brilliant motherfucker. Learn to play with your dick or your heart, and that'll get you out of what you're talking about, honestly. Quit trying to figure the shit out and just play. Learn to play the same scales in 5, 6, 7 different places, and learn how to play the next scales in the 5 or 6 different places and the next scale. And there's those 3 major, minor pentatonics and the blues scale. They're all basically the same damn thing, with very subtle changes. Beyond that, fuck the scales. Play what works without actually knowing the names of the scales, because it don't fucking matter. It doesn't. But as far as every band you named, that's what they play. Nothing but. Every one of these play nothing but what you're talking about. They don't go, none of them. There's not one single band of all these. Who'd you give me? Ace Frehley is as pentatonic as it gets. Slash, even less so. He's a piece of shit. Tony Iommi, same pentatonic bullshit. It's pentatonic, nothing but. So there you go. Nothing but. Okay, I still got time for another one. But you just have to know how to piece them all together over the entire guitar neck. Anthony Coughlin. Also, what do you do for work to afford all those beautiful instruments? Guitar lessons. And I don't have to ever give a guitar lesson. So all the work is already done, and it's renewable income. Okay, so let me see if I want to handle the next guy or not. He always freaks me out. I don't know if I can keep him around or not, but I don't know if I blocked him or not. This stuff's always weird. It's from Paul Graham. Sorry, Paul, but I just have different things, and he's always making videos trying to contradict my videos, and he's showing why wood actually does matter when it doesn't fucking matter. It's been proven, but he's still trying to contradict everything I do. So anyway, his question is, let me see if I'll have time to answer it in 2 minutes. I know you've done a few videos about wood not affecting electric guitar. There he goes. So I doubt if I'll answer it. Regret to bring it up again. I recently formed an experiment. I know you did, with your fucking those stupid fucking things. Him playing with his capos. I've seen it. It's bullshit. To find out if acoustic energy from the string of an electric guitar that travels through the body and neck can be heard through the pickups via being transmitted back to the strings. The result means that this effect does contribute to the sound amplified. No, it doesn't, and I can prove to you every bit of it. And I already wrote you since then. Video on my channel, more to come. What are your thoughts? I think you're a moron. Sorry, Paul. I saw your thing, and it was stupid. It's been proven. That's been done. Been there, done that, been there, done that. Everybody's done that. And since 1950 or before, Leo, Fender, Gibson Les Paul both stated, no, wood don't have jack shit to do with it, and it don't. And all the things have been done. They have been done via the frequency analyzers that not a goddamn thing with wood has anything to do with the electric guitar tone plugged in. It's all about the electronics, the potentiometer fluctuations, and the strings, what the alloys of your frets, the alloys of your strings are. Sympathetic overtones have nothing to do with anything, even though they can be heard. You don't want them to be heard. That means the guitar is built wrong. But no, your experiment proves nothing. Sorry, but I haven't blocked you yet. So, okay, so I'll come back for 16. I'll do another one tonight. Okay? So, and once again, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. Sometimes you just gotta whip them into shape, folks. You know, God love them for trying, but the shit's already been proven. Why try to prove shit that, reprove shit that has already been proven? I don't get why people are constantly trying to prove shit that has been proven a million times. It's just because everybody doesn't believe in it, doesn't mean that the proof isn't proof. So, I don't get it, other than people just love to argue, I think just for the sake of arguing. But it is what it is, so I'll be back for round number, 16 coming up. Again, Scott Grove, GroovyMusicLessons.com. You guys be groovy and like the movies, and I'll be back in a few, whether you will or not, I don't know. I'll probably start posting all this shit manana, which means the 20th of whatever this month is, August. Okay, the 19th today was my mother-in-law's birthday. She passed away a few years ago, great lady, but so happy birthday to Miss Mary up there, and love you and miss you. And so that's some real love right there, that great lady, man. One time she come up, he's got some marijuana. Now she actually like did some herbal medicine and made tea out of it. She didn't smoke it, but it was just funny when I was brand new dating her daughter, and she was staying at the house for a few weeks with her and her bird and Petey. He's got some marijuana. I'll never forget it, man. Great kid. Anyway, talk to you in a bit.